I have to fix the trailer. The last time the wheel was really wobbling, and that is because these holes are sort of, yeah, they're slightly too big, I think. At least they're bigger now, and they're kind of hollowing out as I ride. So something needs to be done. This wheel needs a lot of work. It's kind of stuck now, but I think I can reach the garage. That's not safe. This one is spinning freely. This one is now stuck, but the hole is too big, but with a washer kind of fixed it. This one I can't get loose, so okay, new inverter. This is the inverter which makes 12 volts into 20 volts. This one is 3000 watt instead of 1500, the previous one, because the miter saw together with the dust extractor was too much. So now I have more power. So in short, the system again, there are two separate systems. This 12 volt battery array, solar charger, charge controller, and the inverter. That's one group, and that powers the workshop and the cabins. And the Blue Eddy is a system on itself. It powers the tent and the kitchen area and the outdoor shower. Rough night. Temperature is dropping like 7 degrees for this week. Clear weather. This was a stormy night. We have to check the damage. There's always some damage. Everything's okay. There's only a small branch that blew on the roof and there's a hole in one of the papers. So that's not okay. Just a small hole. It's always quite exciting, this kind of weather though. Gives me energy. Gives me survival modes. It's quite good. I'm waking up. So I'm creating buckets with all the same sizes of stones, because it's kind of building a Lego wall, you know, but then with a bigger variety of sizes of stone pieces. So now I'm looking for these kind of sizes. I have a bucket of very thin pieces, and then on the scaffolding there's lots more bigger sizes. It's really a puzzle. So, first part of the wall's done. It's a little part. I started here. This was the first stone yesterday, and yeah, it's really exciting. So now you can also see how the roof is going to be finished on these sides. So this is the reason why I kept the roof sort of smaller inside the walls, because I didn't want to have a lot of wood visible here on the outside. And now you only see the battens sticking out and the stone lying on top. So Rick is painting these. It's a lot of battens. They will sit here. They will stick out just a little bit. And they'll be placed every 25 centimeters, like that. And then there's going to be another one going across here. And on top of there is the sheet metal and then the stones, and they stick out a little bit also. And these are supported by the wall here, you know, the bits that stick out. So this is going to be built flush against all of the battens and in between here. So I have to go all the way up, and then also on the other side. And the bits underneath the roof, I'll do it when the scaffolding is gone, because now I can't reach it. It's a big job. It's hard on the back because I have to pick up stones all the time, and but it's an enjoyable job. It's very satisfying, and but it goes slow. You know, you can't. If you rush this, you'll just see it. It's just not going to be beautiful. Some people just came by bringing some cheese from Monbranco, Sul Monbranco. So they have this family farm and they make their own cheese and all kinds of products. Nice. It's nice packaging. Oh. Ooh. That smells very French. Thanks guys, appreciate it. tevreden.
Ja.
Best wel gelukt eigenlijk.
Ik heb ook best wel een eind gekomen ook.
Ja, het hele een kwart eigenlijk af.
Ja,
Zeg maar, ik ben nu
ja.
tot aan de punt
Ja.
gekomen. In 1,5 dag. Dat is bijna minder eigenlijk.
Ja, maar op een gegeven moment word je er ook handiger in. En je hebt nu ook best wel wat stenen verzameld. Dus dat is weer extra werk voor de volgende keer weer.
Precies, af en toe zo'n flinke steen, dat is ook mooi gewoon.
Ja.
Grote stenen tussen.
Ja, je wil een beetje die variatie hebben tussen die heel veel verschillende groottes. Dat is wel mooi.
Ja.
Je bent als mens natuurlijk geneigd heel snel een patroon te maken. Maar dat is juist niet mooi bij dit soort...
Nee. Onvoorspelbaar.
Ja.
Thermograding aan.
Ja. Yes.
Morning. Rain is taking longer than the weather app showed, but it's been raining since yesterday, so slow things down a little bit. I was working on the roof window. I'm trying to get it in place the coming days because I've got some help. Rick is still here, and tomorrow Tom is coming from outside magazine. He's writing a piece because I need help carrying it in place. It's quite heavy. Most of the other work I can do on my own, but things are taking a bit longer therefore, and I have the feeling things are taking longer as I thought they were going to take. It always works like that with building projects, isn't it? Although I don't have a planning, so if you don't have a planning, it's just a feeling that it takes too long, and that's not a problem because I enjoy the work and I live day by day. So that's the decision I made already before I bought this place. I want to do this just in a relaxed way, and if you don't have a planning, the only problem can be the seasons, because some work you can't do in winter, and that's a little bit of a problem coming up now because the foundation work and the work on the wall, on the basement, there's a bit more concrete and limecrete work to do, the flooring, pointing of the walls, a lot of cement work, and cement needs to dry properly at a certain temperature. It can't be too cold. So, and the night frost will come already in October, so it's going to be tricky. So that's the pressure I'm feeling now, that I want to do that before winter, digging this out before also the ground gets frozen. But I'm not sure if this is going to work out. Might need to work with some heaters to do concrete and keep it heated while it's in its drying phase. So that's a little bit tricky, but other than that, a rainy day is not a spoiler. You just have to wait, do some other things, enjoy the beauty of the rain. It's the misty mountains are quite a sight, so always have to see the positive side of it. Let's make some breakfast. Bakkie doen?
Yeah, come on.
Een bakkie is a cup of coffee.
Ah, yeah. Sounds good. There's some biscuits in that bag if you
Oh, nice.
fancy those. Ja, het is goed, je begint nu al te komen.
Ja, nice.
Dark, depending on which part of the wood, because this dries very dark, of course, and this dries very light.
Okay.
So, for me, one coat was enough. I'm afraid that one coat might be not enough. Offset over. Ja.
Watch the beams. Yep. Voor dit hoekie.
Yes.
Ja.
Hij wilde hem
So we have to pick it up, hold it on the brackets, on the things. Yeah. Go down a bit towards you. I'm almost in there. How are you?
Almost.
Can I go down a bit towards you guys?
I have to go that way a little bit.
Okay, cool. Shall we have dinner?
Yeah?
What do we have?
We have some burgers. We have some vegetables, tomatoes.
You want to make something?
I can make something.
Dan ga ik hem
You can interview.
I can keep painting
Or
for the sunset.
We have beetjes in de koelkast.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm gonna finish this one. So roof lights in place. It sits pretty high. Let me explain how it's going to be layered, because it's going to be the sheet metal layers 2 centimeters, so that's about this size. Yeah. And then the stone will sit on the top of that. It will rest on the sheet metal there, and then it will rest on another stone here. The stone sides are about this thick, some are thicker, some are thinner. And sometimes they're this size in length, but they could be bigger as well. So they come up quite a bit. I think they'll be like that. So that's pretty perfect, I think, because they're flush with the window or just above it. So the trailer is also fixed. I asked the mechanic to drill new holes and make new bolts in there because it was completely ruined. The original holes were kind of like gotten way too big, so that's why it was almost impossible to attach the wheel, and also the bolts were ruined. So new bolts, new nuts, and new holes. It's really steady. Nice. Which sauce is this?
The bolognese. I added some wine and some salt, moisture of the pasta.
Salut. Salut. I wanted to talk a little bit about the next project after the roof is finished. I think it'll take 2 more weeks to finish the roof. But there are basically 2 challenges. One is there's rainwater coming into the cabin, seeping through the walls because they're built of stone and mud. There's no barrier. And the second thing is the structure, because I want to build a floor of 190, so I'm able to walk underneath the beams. But the walls are actually starting higher than I want the floor, so I have to dig deep and basically work almost underneath the walls, which is very tricky. So I have to build sort of concrete foundations to tuck in the walls and kind of like secure them into place. So basically this is the current situation. I've dug out quite a bit out of the basement, and this is the height of the floor I wanted to have. There's still a lot of dirt in here, but I stopped digging it out because I need to dig it out first on the outside. Otherwise, you'll have a lot of pressure coming from this side and not from this side, so there will be an unstable wall. So once the scaffolding is gone, I have to dig all of this out. And then I'll be working on a situation something like this. This is the first drawing. So it will be dug out until the ground floor basically. And then I'll build a concrete retaining wall against the cabin to make it waterproof. Against that will be a, what's it called, EPDM layer, which is sort of a tar layer to make it really waterproof. And then at the bottom will be a French drain, which is basically a continuing pipe, not like this, but continuing all around with holes in there, so it will catch all the rainwater that goes down here and leads it towards the valley side. So this wall is going to be all around the cabin until here, and then the same on the inside. I will build a sort of concrete smaller wall here, not underneath the wall but against it. Now the tricky part is digging this all out, because let me just, here you go. This is basically the walls. It's kind of guessing still, but I've been checking it. Here the walls are sort of on the level of where I want the floor, but on the hillside the wall starts higher. So that's a bit of a challenge to dig this out and pour this concrete floor. So and then after this, after the concrete is hard, this will be filled up with dirt again, and you'll see nothing of it. It will look from the outside, it will look the same as it currently looks. You'll just see grass and stone. So this is quite a big job, and one of the challenges is doing it on time, because the winter is going to come pretty soon, and the problem is working with cement, concrete, lime, mortar. All this stonework is difficult to do when it's cold. The other option would be to do it in spring, but then I have to wait until the ground thaws out. Last year it was frozen until March, late March. The ground was still frozen, so you can't work with it. I dug the trenches in, what was it, half April. So yeah, I don't want to wait that long. I want to do this as soon as possible and get it ready before winter, because then I can work slowly on the outside or on the inside, and the plumbing, etc. I can do that. This is sort of the only way I can really judge how it looks, because from the scaffolding you're too close up. It's going a little bit slower now because I'm through the best looking stones. I've used them there, and now I had to search further to find good looking stones with just a beautiful flat facing, and also a few big ones. It needs to be a nice mix, but this is as far as that I got. It's going well. I think next week I might be able to finish the other side. Skylight is on. I should be able to pick up the sheet metal for the roof that goes underneath the stones. Hopefully today or tomorrow. I think tomorrow. So Rick has just left. He was here for a week. I know him from high school. We go way back, and it's nice to have him. We don't see each other very often. He's selling some of his artworks. I think he had one sort of finished painting, and the other ones are sort of quicker studies. But you can make a bid. I'll put a link in the description for an auction. All the money goes to the artist. If you want to support this channel, it's also possible. I have a PayPal link and a Patreon account, which you can also find in the description of all of the videos. Actually, the links are always there. All right, time for some dinner.